just got it figured
Chat.
out.
We're live.
Chat.
Hello. Welcome in.
Let me scoot in the frame.
Yes.
Hello, chat. Hello, every...
transition
Waiting for
into
the
this?
internet
No.
to load.
Hello, chat. There we go.
There we go.
Hello, everybody. I just want to shake some sense into you kids that are about and think about. Yes. Chat, how are you doing on this fine Thursday?
That looks good.
There we go. Hello,
Oh,
everybody.
we got two mics going.
And one of them is really loud.
And one of them is in mono.
Yes.
We muted that mug. Yeah, we're chill.
Okay.
Sorry, chat.
Sorry, chat.
That was probably extraordinarily loud.
Yes. Rat this. Okay, as time goes on, I think this camera is a little better.
You think so? Just position-wise or what?
Quality-wise.
Yeah, and it's nice to have the camera be stagnant.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can move that shit around. Okay.
Okay, chat.
Chat.
How is everybody doing on a Thursday?
It's a Thursday. It's a Thursday.
Yeah, it's a Thursday.
I'm gonna adjust the mic.
Thursday. Oh, that's loud.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so they check and see it, so we look more legit.
They can see the rubber bands, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking legit.
I'm waiting for the track. to
Sorry
get
for
forwarded to the
all
right.
that.
Sorry for being poor.
Yeah, and for all that loudness.
No, it makes it authentic, bro.
Yeah. Or no, we need to have it positioned to where they can only see. They can't see the rubber bands, just the top of the mic.
But then they can't tell.
Oh,
No.
You think we should have the rubber band?
It looks kind of fire. Bro, and then someone in chat, like a perfect clip is like, bro, what is your mic? And then you lift it up, yes, a music stand
Yeah.
with the rubber bands. And they're like, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Chicago Rap Festival. Yeet.
It's yeet. Can we trick a curse word filter on YouTube? Yeah. Belacho. Mr. B situation
Is pathetic.
Pyro live. Okay, do we want to keep watching this video?
I like it. We need a transition.
Yeah.
We are watching anti-vaping ads. Anti-vaping ads wants you to vape by Maggie May
Here's one
Fish.
featuring our favorite
Good
boy.
creator.
See this cute little
Give them
vial here?
love.
It's crack.
Sure, credit.
rock
All
cocaine.
credit
Credit,
to them.
The most
please.
addictive
We
form.
credit.
What would I do if
Don't
someone
cancel
offered
us.
me
We
these
credit.
drugs?
We're just watching this
I'd
video
tell
to
them take a
inform.
hike.
You know who
Others
gives
in
We
our
were
them
Some
watching this
obey?
video already.
Yeah.
A stiff old white guy. Scientific American notes programs led exclusively by adults with little or no involvement of students as peer leaders, another common feature of DARE, seem relatively unsuccessful. Again,
Chat, we
probably
all knew
because
that DARE
students
wouldn't
get
work.
little
Yes.
practice saying no
We
to
knew
other
when we were
kids.
kids that
There have
DARE
been
didn't
many,
work. It didn't
many,
work on us.
many autopsies of why
'Cause
the
we were
DARE and
kids
Just
back
Say No campaigns failed. It featured authority figures lecturing instead of peer-to-peer learning and practice. It ignored systematic issues that contribute to drug use and the realities of how and why people become addicts.
There's something out there. It's after kids everywhere. It entices them, confuses them, and can even kill them. That's
Yo,
right.
I'm trying to get enticed and
Illegal
or
drugs
confused.
are everywhere.
Jesus, lady. The data shows that Reagan's catchphrase just doesn't work.
Yeah, that's me.
Teens subjected to DARE remain just as likely to use drugs as those who receive no anti-drug
Okay,
messages.
just as likely, so it didn't make
Also,
more.
probably didn't help that one of the members of Reagan's own National Security Council, Oliver North, was working
Oh my
hand
God.
in hand with cocaine
Oliver North.
traffickers
Wait,
and
I remember the American Dad
narco-terrorists
bit
and
about
using
this
drug
guy.
connections to further their foreign policy agenda. You know, maybe for Nancy
He was
and
the
Ronald,
Iran
it was less
Contra.
about defeating the
Oh,
drug
okay.
trade
He was the one
and more
doing
about
that.
running it. Ah, America. In a New York Times article, visually dramatic though the ads were, evaluations of them were deeply discouraging. The billions spent from the late 1980s through the mid-2000s at best had no effect on drug use, research shows. At worst, exposure to the campaign might have actually increased the likelihood of adolescent marijuana use. Why was the original campaign such a failure? In part, it suffered from perverse incentives. Congress provided substantial money for the ads and was intensely interested in them at the height of the so-called war on drugs, creating internal
William
pressure
says,
to make
"Ah,
the ads
America."
appealing to members of
America.
Congress.
We're watching an
but while
anti-
ads that lectured
anti-vaping video
or
right now.
scared people about drugs might have seemed compelling to
Well, it's a
the
video about
modal
why
member
anti-vaping
of Congress,
ads
a
don't work.
60-year-old
I
white
want you to
male,
vape.
Yeah.
it did not necessarily dissuade drug use by adolescents. In some cases, this kind of approach may make drugs more attractive as a sign of rebellion. Just ask my college boyfriend who wore his Dare jacket exclusively to smoke marijuana on the porch. Memories.
Wow.
And that brings me to another point that many of these ads don't take into consideration. And that's that teenagers
I remember
are
this
little
one.
stinkers. The more you try to
Watching
tell
this
them what to
video or
do,
this ad?
the
That
more they
ad.
protect themselves in a heavy coat of irony. Irony is an important part of how young people process the world and its many contradictions. How many people remember seeing this ad as a kid?
No one ever says, I want to be a junkie when I grow up.
And immediately turned to their sibling and said, I want to be a junkie when I grow up. Nancy's famous PSA was such a joke that Netflix used it to promote the first season of Narcos.
So to my young friends out there, say yes to your life. And when it comes to drugs, just say
Maybe
no.
slightly audio
Just say
jungle,
no. Just say
visual
no.
jungle.
The government's War on Drugs media campaign really reached its artistic peak and peak irony in 2002 when the Office of National Drug Control
irony.
Policy released a couple of ads during the Super Bowl, arguing that anyone who uses drugs is directly supporting, and I kid you not, terrorism.
I help kids learn how to kill.
I was just having some fun, you know.
Audio jungle real quick.
Yeah.
Wholesome son.
Well, I feel like if it's in a YouTube video, it's fine.
You think so?
Yeah.
Biggest ad buy that the US government had ever done up until that point. A government spokesperson claimed that nobody disagrees with us that drug money supports terror. That's indisputable. But the ads were a huge waste of money, had little effect.
You killed me.
What?
There was a bomb. I was going to school.
What did that have to do with me?
You brought drugs.
And as president of the Ohio State Students for a Sensible Drug
Bro,
Policy
and it's also
pointed
like
out at the time,
you're not
if
paying
you really
taxes
want to
to
talk
bomb
about supporting
schools.
terrorism,
Like
buying
your
oil,
tax,
Yeah.
like
driving
well,
SUVs,
I'm already
that's the money that's
bombing
funding
kids with my
terrorism.
money,
These
no matter what
commercials
I'm
were
spending it
playing
on.
less than 1 year after 9/11. Even the Nicolas Cage movie had more tax than that. But these ads were not made for you or I. They were made, as the New York Times article points out, for members of Congress to make them feel like they were doing something good. I could absolutely picture Paul Ryan giving a standing ovation to this work of art. So there has always been a tension between the idea that anti-drug or anti-smoking
backtracked.
PSAs are designed to stop people from smoking,
Could you imagine if
and the
the president-
reality
if,
that
like,
they're
any of the
just as
last
often
presidents had done
designed to make
anything
it
like
look
that?
like politicians
Yeah,
are
I could see
helping
Trump
people
doing
to
some
stop
shit like
smoking
that. Would
while
it be AI?
demonizing the very
PSA.
people that they say they're trying to help. Of course, commercials and PSAs can only go so far. A mantra of this channel is that media is a mirror. It can reflect and amplify messages and ideas, but it is also completely dependent on the audience's relationship to it. Emotional, personal, and graphic PSAs are not a solution to addiction, but they can be an effective part of a larger strategy aimed at improving people's material conditions. So, with all that in mind, let's
improving people's
revisit the
material
modern
conditions.
"That's
There's
metal"
the keywords.
ads, shall we? And try to answer the question, why are we making PSAs that do the exact opposite of what they're supposed to be doing? Just
Deadass.
to recap, here's what we know about effective PSAs from that 2009 study. Anti-smoking messages that produce strong emotional arousal, particularly personal stories or graphic portrayals of the health effects of smoking, tend to perform well.
That's metal.
I don't even know.
Did you know that's metal? In your
This
logo.
ad is
I
not
haven't seen
a
it.
personal story. I have
Any of this
no
broken.
idea who this handsome man is or why he's talking to me. It's not emotionally
handsome man?
arousing. At least not in a way that relates to the dangers of nicotine addiction. It's not a graphic portrayal of the
chill.
health effects of smoking. It's
down.
literally a CGI monster that doesn't exist and honestly looks pretty fucking cool. And when you close your eyes, the line, "That's metal," sounds cool.
That's metal. If you vape, you could be inhaling toxic metals into your lungs.
I mean, you could. Maybe. I mean, who
Ooh, you
knows?
could.
If
That
only
is
someone was
interesting.
looking into this.
Vaping can deliver toxic metals like
Can
nickel
deliver.
and lead into your lungs.
Deliver.
It's not that e-cigarettes contain toxic chemicals or vaping poisons you with toxic chemicals. It's that if you vape, these things can be delivered into your lungs. The language is passive and innocuous. The visuals are abstract and cool. Or metal, I guess. And it's not communicating
seeing
the
that ad
actual
all the
health
time.
risks of
Yeah.
e-cigarettes. Compared to the imagery of the Debbie
yeah,
Austin
that one-
ad,
that one
the
was
imagery in this campaign is cartoonish. Like when we see a CGI recreation of this guy's lungs. Those don't look sick. They look like a hologram in a Star Wars TV show.
Yeah.
The big metal dinosaur looks like a knockoff Transformers movie on the Sci-Fi Channel.
That's metal.
And also, isn't this how most superheroes are made anyways? Being infected by some toxic chemical and then boom, superpowers? If you wanted to
Yo.
design a
Thanks for bringing
PSA
that up, yeah.
specifically to not be effective, I don't think you could do much better than this. Anyways, on to the next episode of The Hills.
You an idiot, you just yourself.
Also remember, like when I
And
saw those,
it's
see
not
those
the
as a
only
kid,
recent
even like
anti-tobacco
before
ad
I was
that
like
ignores
vaping,
everything
I'd be
we
like,
learned from the
bro,
2009
I
study
skip.
about effective
I wasn't even like watching
PSA.
this at all.
Yeah.
I wasn't even like
Sadness.
like, oh, that's cool.
Now,
I was just like
in
not
cookies and
watching.
cream.
Like, this shit is
On
dead.
one level, this ad is telling us
I
that
do
vaping
remember,
increases depression and anxiety. But it's also a
like
sexy
if my lungs
voice
were really
enticing
hurting,
us with
sometimes I
this
would think about that,
tasty flavor.
that visual.
Depression stick.
You definitely don't
definitely remember
want those
these, bro.
nummy
I
nummy
hated these.
flavors, do you? Ooh, yum 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 yum. And the ad is directed towards people who are chronically depressed and anxious. Famous, of course, for making healthy long-term decisions for their health. It definitely won't reach for an easy, quick hit of cookies and cream. And I'm speaking from experience here. Yum 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 yum. Or this one. Is this?
I remember this one.
We've got
Yeah.
another silky voice
True
talking to us
reading.
about
True
vaping
back in the
with a
day.
serene
She's probably gonna
background
talk about
and
the
fun
company.
Adult Swim style
Hopefully
animation. Everything about this ad, including the slogan, a play on the phrase "breath of fresh air," is comforting or even fun. It's ironic, like Depression Barbie. In a world that is increasingly irony-pilled, these ironic ads written by adults just feel like they're doing nothing. Or worse, communicating the opposite of their supposed anti-tobacco message.
If you like anxiety, you'll love depression.
Man, this is stressing me out. Some cookies and cream sounds nice. See this hat and this fanny pack?
I'm sorry.
This hat story and narrative. They're very important for
No,
PSAs
you gotta watch the ad.
because
Don't forget
humans
to
love
support it.
stories
Yeah.
and they effectively communicate cause and effect. Well, this
Shout
fresh
out
air ad
Maggie
ends
Mayfish.
with a
Yeah.
feeling of closure.
You created the video that we're
or
watching.
even relief.
We're kinda
The
piggybacking.
structure
Thank
of
you.
We're not gonna-
commercials is
we won't watch the
usually
ad
that
'cause-
the first half introduces
watch
a
the video.
problem,
We're just so
and the
excited to
second
watch the
half
video.
introduces the product, which
Shout out.
solves the problem.
Go buy
By
their
that
merch.
logic,
Yeah.
the
That
was
solution
what
to
that was, a
depression
merch
and
plug. Go buy their
anxiety,
merch.
according to this ad, is vaping.
Vaping nicotine can actually
Merch, yeah.
increase feelings of stress and anxiety.
In contrast, going back to the Debbie
not yet,
Austin
but-
ad,
Would y'all buy merch?
it ends without resolution, which makes the
Would y'all buy
message
my
stick with you
OnlyFans?
after the ad's over. Even when new anti-tobacco
Yeah,
ads do try and recreate a gritty, persuasive narrative, we get spots like this.
I remember this one.
Totally incoherent. Borderline nonsense. And that could be anything. A tampon, a large tampon. I don't know, it just seems like she's hiding a tampon. And then there's this
I
monstrosity.
don't remember this one.
I hate
Yeah.
this so
You gotta tap in some.
much.
Oh,
This only
Lord.
makes me hate babies, and I love babies.
What, is
but
this an
now
anti-baby?
I want the
Wait,
baby
a
to
what?
fall into that alligator's mouth. What's a vape? I don't know. I just
The
want that
baby
demon baby
inhaled
to
the vape
die.
pod and is
there
doing all
are
this shit?
anti-smoking
Yeah.
ads and
Yeah, that's
videos
fine.
on these channels that
Yeah,
seem more
I've
effective,
never heard that
but they get
comparison.
far less airplay than the ones that we've been discussing. These are the ads that these organizations choose to put their advertising budget behind.
25
These are the
million
ads
views.
they want us to watch. The ads they think are working. Or the ones that they want us to think.
Oh, here we go.
Chat, we're getting into scary
Let's
territory.
talk for a brief moment about advertising in the tobacco industry.
Mario Man says what's up.
Mario Man! Hello there! We're gonna play Balatro soon. Don't worry, we're watching a YouTube video.
In 1982, the Minnesota state government developed its first statewide tobacco control media campaign. The tobacco
Also an
industry
important video
responded
for
by
our
producing
young
its
audience out
own
there.
education
True.
campaign called Helping Youth Decide, aimed at young people and presumably helping them decide. And maybe the wishy-washy title was a giveaway to its actual goal. The campaign was specifically designed to be ineffective and drown out the state's
Specifically
program.
designed to
But
be
wait,
ineffective,
it gets
though.
worse because of these programs run by Big Tobacco and good old-fashioned backroom politics. By the mid-90s, the tobacco industry had convinced the Minnesota government to completely
We were doing the
eliminate
night fight
funding for the
recently.
state's highly effective
Mario Man, you literally missed like
anti-smoking
every
media
Deltarune stream
campaign.
somehow.
Yes,
Meanwhile,
oh my god.
We did like
California,
5 Deltarune streams
the
in a row.
state's
We beat
Department
Jebel.
of Health Services
Yeah,
began
true.
running an ad featuring footage of tobacco industry executives testifying in front
You
of
got close to
Congress.
beating the night.
I got
Now the tobacco industry is trying to tell us that secondhand smoke isn't dangerous.
Not addictive, not addictive.
In response, tobacco lawyers threatened
crossed
to
me down
sue
to
the
this one of
state government for defamation. At
Some
first,
Deltarune?
stations were afraid to air the ad
But
because
honestly,
it was
we
so
did- we
controversial.
did a lot of
But
it.
the Department of Health
Let's
Services
see-
finally
let's see
got
what
it
the
on
vibe
air
is.
in the
Okay.
fall of 1994 until the governor of California, Pete Wilson, ordered the ad to be removed. According to the National
Actually, yeah, I will
Cancer
be down to
Institute's
do some
report, this
tonight,
reaction
bro.
from television stations
We gotta stay
and the
crank- we
governor
gotta stay-
indicates the effectiveness of tobacco companies' influence
good at the
in
fight.
limiting
We
the
can't lose.
broadcast
Re-
of strong
rewind a little
anti-tobacco
bit.
messages.
Yeah.
In the fall, government for
Now the tobacco industry.
tobacco industry executives testifying in front of them. Meanwhile, tobacco industry program. But wait, it gets worse because of these programs run by Big Tobacco and good old-fashioned backroom politics. By the mid-90s, the tobacco industry had convinced the Minnesota government to completely eliminate funding for the state's highly effective anti-smoking media campaign. Meanwhile, in California, the state's Department of Health Services began running an ad featuring footage of tobacco industry executives testifying in front of Congress.
I believe that nicotine is not addictive. I too believe that nicotine is not addictive. Now the tobacco industry is trying to tell us that secondhand smoke isn't dangerous.
Not addictive, not addictive.
In response, tobacco lawyers threatened to sue the state government for defamation. At first, stations were afraid to air the ad because it was so controversial. But the Department of Health Services finally got it on air in the fall of 1994 until the governor of California, Pete Wilson, ordered the ad to be removed. According to the National Cancer Institute's report, this reaction from television stations and the governor indicates the effectiveness of tobacco companies' influence in limiting the broadcast of strong anti-tobacco
kinda crazy.
messages. The tobacco industry's goal has never been to defeat all anti-tobacco
make so
messaging.
much money, though.
It was to defeat strong anti-tobacco messages, then flood the airways with messaging that is, on its surface, anti-tobacco, but isn't actually effective. The tobacco companies also tried to defund California's anti-smoking media, just as they had in Minnesota. In a memo from one tobacco company to another, an executive wrote, "The tobacco industry has decided that the timing is excellent for an attempt to divert money from the anti-smoking media campaign into other programs that are doomed to suffer because of the current fiscal crisis." Strategy sessions on this issue resulted in the conclusion that it is important that the tobacco industry not be identified as an instigator of any attempt to encourage special interests to seek redirection of the media money to other programs. It is agreed that under no circumstances executives can we visibly participate in this process.
They're
One of the
bullshitting,
sneakier
basically.
ways that the tobacco industry got what it wanted was by privately supporting politicians like Pete Wilson, while those same politicians would publicly pretend to be their adversary, kayfabe style. When controversial industries like tobacco, lumber, and chemical companies donated to Wilson's campaign, he would make a big show of returning their contributions. But a
you guys seen the
1990
Formaldehyde
memo
one?
between two tobacco industry lobbyists celebrated Wilson's performance. You'll be pleased to know that Pete Wilson called Hamish Maxwell, chief executive of Philip Morris, to explain that he was doing this to protect Hamish as well as himself. You'll be pleased to know that Pete is still pro-tobacco.
Governor
Even
of
big wins
California.
against the tobacco industry, like the 1998 Master Settlement Agreement or the 2009 Family Smoking Prevention and Tobacco Control Act, are often manipulated by tobacco lobbyists to work in their favor. The 1998 agreement gave big tobacco companies a virtual monopoly over the industry, and the 2009 Act basically eliminated any new competition to existing tobacco companies, to the point that it eventually became known as the Marlboro Protection Act. Way to go. So, taking into consideration tobacco executives' rich history of doublespeak, political maneuvering, media manipulation, and covert messaging, what the fuck is going on?
What is the truth? Should talk about the company.
As we stated before, the That's Metal ad was created by the FDA's The Real Cost campaign. The Real Cost campaign is run by the
I
FDA
definitely remember
and
that-
has had
that
several
company.
different initiatives from anti-smoking to anti-vaping and anti-smokeless tobacco aimed at rural male youths who are more likely to use dip and other forms of tobacco intake. The Truth Initiative was created as part of the massive 1998 Master Settlement Agreement, where tobacco companies had to pay states because they lied about the negative health effects of their products. Both campaigns are tentpoles
my
for
mom's law
anti-tobacco initiatives in the United States.
Wow.
But both campaigns are heavily focused on
That's cool.
campaigning. They're both marketing projects, which, as we pointed out, are important,
No, actually, I don't
but
get it.
only a part of the solution to curbing smoking, vaping, and nicotine addiction. So, where do these campaigns get their financing? Well, the Real Cost campaign is funded by the FDA, which is funded by our tax dollars, which is then implemented by a government, which we have
Why is there
already
an orchestra
learned
playing in
can
front
be
of that?
heavily influenced by tobacco companies. And the FDA is
give me
also
like a
heavily
year and I'll be able to
influenced
tell
by
you
whoever
off
is
the
heading
bar
the
what the
executive
song
branch.
says.
Like this guy, Stephen Hahn, who was appointed by Donald Trump and pushed hydroxychloroquine as a treatment for COVID.
Former FDA
So,
commissioner.
you know, only the best. And as for truth.com, well, the description on their website is, weirdly defensive. We are not funded by big tobacco, no matter what your friend's cousin told you.
What?
Barrett got some bad information or made an assumption. And you know what they say about assumptions? They belong on
Why do they
Reddit
put
and Reddit
asterisks?
alone. Yeah, a very, how do you do, fellow kids?
Ooh,
Energy.
maybe there's some real tiny
Anyways,
fine
it goes
print.
on to
This
give
is
some historical
you know
context.
this.
Basically, a massive thing called the Master Settlement Agreement happened when 46 states, the District of Columbia, and 5 U.S. territories got together and sued the major tobacco companies to try and recover some of the billions of dollars caring for sick smokers. The tobacco companies settled out of court,
Oh, wait, no,
signing an
not this
agreement to
lawsuit.
pay the states a certain amount of money, basically refunding some of what they'd spent. And the states then used small amounts of that money for all sorts of things, including roads and Truth Initiative.
Maybe it
Truth Initiative provides strategic direction and funding for the Truth campaign, not big tobacco. In 2003, Truth Initiative received what is likely the final payment to the National Public Education Fund established by the Master Settlement Agreement. Okay, so according to them, we sued tobacco and got roads and commercials. That paragraph is so dense and weirdly worded, you'd almost forget that millions of people died from smoking-related cancer, or that 30% of cancer deaths are still related to smoking. Wait a minute. This says their funding from that
30%
settlement
of
ended in
cancer deaths are
2003.
related to smoking?
2003 was 20 years
That's
ago.
kinda crazy.
Who's been making these
Chat, y'all
websites
heard
and
that?
vape cloud fanny packs for the past 20 years? In 2022, the Truth Initiative spent over $113 million. But their investment portfolio from that same year, including U.S. stocks, hedge funds, and private equity funds, was valued at over $700 million. I'm no expert in nonprofits, but looking at financial statements for other large nonprofits like Doctors Without Borders, Habitat for Humanity, or the Trevor Project, their investment portfolios don't dwarf their operating expenses. Most of their money is being spent every year towards their goal. It'd be one thing if the Truth Initiative's financial statements looked like this and their campaigns were incredibly effective. But the Truth's website is purposefully misleading about its own effectiveness. This past August, they put out a press release titled, Truth Initiative announces results from first study to show relationship between anti-vaping campaign awareness and reduced e-cigarette use among young people. With that headline, you'd think it's saying that the relationship is that the campaign is directly causing a reduction in e-cigarette use. But surprise, surprise, when you read the study itself, it says, the causal direction between individual level exposure to the ads and behavior cannot be
The source? Truth Institute.
inferred. So, yeah. For Truth Initiative, there's a relationship between their ads and people not smoking, in the same way that I have a relationship with that guy I see at the coffee shop every morning but never speak to. The overall impression I'm left with is that things like thetruth.com or The Real Cost are not campaigns that effectively stop people from smoking or vaping. Instead, they're campaigns to convince us that these campaigns are effective, and that politicians are doing their job, and that cigarette usage among teens is down. And if that's the case, then they actually do have a huge incentive to keep it going, as you can see from their comically gigantic investment portfolio.
I feel like it normalized it more.
We are in the honeymoon stage.
I'm like 15 seeing that shit on
The
my
Truth
phone,
Initiative's $700 million in investments is technically our money. It's the money we were all owed for our friends, aunts, uncles, grandparents, moms, and dads who suffered the negative health effects of smoking because of the lies pushed by tobacco companies. Of course, education and prevention are a big part of public health advocacy. And at their best, that's what organizations like Truth and The Real Cost are supposed to achieve. But even if they were running ads that follow the research about the psychology behind PSAs, it's still only a small part of the larger picture if we're looking to create a society where people have the resources to be healthy. Even a perfectly crafted ad with a personal, emotional story can't intervene with the things that research tells us contributes to drug addiction. Things like abuse, the stress of living in a capitalist society, and chronic pain in a country with a broken healthcare system. It's not a coincidence that a lot of the research I found while studying this topic was about how we're failing to address the opioid crisis in the same way the Just Say No campaign failed, and the same way that we are failing once again to combat nicotine addiction. Because remember that chart that I showed at the beginning of the video? The one that showed decreased nicotine use? Well, here's the rest of that chart, showing the massive success of e-cigarettes. And right there, in 2009, was when the study came out about the effectiveness of good PSAs. For the sake of time, I won't be getting into the entire e-cigarette vaping congressional hearings, but if you want to, you should check out The Vaping Fix. It's a great podcast and a great supplement to this video. When the creators of Juul first started advertising their product, they wanted to, or claimed they wanted to, combat big tobacco and entice cigarette smokers to try their less harmful, smokeless alternative. So they made brightly colored ads with happy-looking young people, which turns out is really just appealing to teens. And actually, they kind of look exactly like these ads that are supposedly telling me not to use vapes. And to top it all off, Juul is now owned by a big tobacco company. The tobacco industry has been at this a very, very long time. And settlements that cost hundreds of millions of dollars, to them, at most, are an inconvenience. In 2018, the 6 largest cigarette manufacturers made $55 billion But they haven't had to pay the Truth Initiative since 2003, so woohoo! And since the settlements in the late 90s, there have been thousands of more lawsuits against tobacco products, which gave hundreds of millions more dollars to the states, which once again gives politicians a large pile of money to control, who are, as we have learned, easily swayed by those same large tobacco
I don't
companies.
even know, bro.
It's enough to make you believe that
Some office job,
somebody
bro.
wants it this way. So, please remember, everyone gets one conspiracy theory. Here's mine. Are these organizations fighting the tobacco industry? Or are they spending our money on a campaign to make us feel like we're fighting the tobacco industry? Ah, man, I don't know. I'm gonna slip my Dare jacket on and smoke
Some other.
I'm Dan Kay from Dan's Bake Sale, and I'm here in Old Town Square, Fort Collins, the scene of my bake sale. It was the largest bake sale ever. You can own this hat and this teal t-shirt.
Do you have a special performing skill that you can share with people that have been institutionalized in places like hospitals, convalescent homes?
And while you're weaning yourself off of Pac-Man's little white balls, remember that you also definitely don't want to hear about.
Alright, let's check the comments real quick. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Shout out Maggie May Fish, y'all. Check out Maggie May Fish. Buy her merch.
Dang, this was 2 years ago and it holds up very well.
Holds up very well, yeah. Isn't even an ad. Oh. Okay. You shop on Bellagio.
Okay.
IMO.
I'll hop on motherfucking Bellagio, yo, and I got the right there, and I'm gonna, yeah.
No, bro, we just watched a video.
It's okay, bro. I'm good.
Because I don't gaff.
It's okay, bro, because I'm healthy otherwise.
Alright. Asa on the troll.
Hey, pull up freaking OBS, yo. Let me see my face cam, and I am in the picture. When I'm in the freaking picture, Bellagio. And I got the muscle man to play no options. Yeah, playing with no options. Playing Bellagio, playing on the yellow.
Do the white steak. Do the white steak. If you're gonna play on the game, do the white steak.
I'll do the white steak on the yellow. Yeah, on the white steak.
I'll put it on the yellow.
How do I make the DPI lower?
Press the little button that says down. Yeah.
Select small blind. Okay. Do we got sound?
I turned off the music and settings.
I remember. Because you've been putting on your own music.
Alright, I just heard it so much. Do, change the animation speed to be 2 times. It's in game.
It's at 4 times. Oh. We have nothing so far. So.
Is that true?
Well, I mean, like, no.
Oh, yeah, no. Nothing.
We don't have nothing. Okay, we have this. Just.
Yeah, the full house.
That's fine.
You're right.
The sun.
Ooh, my boy.
Boy back from the last run. Feels weird that I haven't tried Bellagio at all yet, says Mario Man. Well, it's okay because Asa hasn't tried it either.
This is my second time trying it.
And he actually got quite far on the last one.
Yes. I like Smear Joker. Is he? Do you think he's bad?
Nah, I don't think he's bad.
Okay, I'm gonna get a jumbo standard pack.
Ooh.
Creates a tarot card discarded.
So you basically want tarot cards for deck fixing, is what it's called.
Just trying to go
Like you can just do whatever with tarot cards.
Alright. Yeah.
Homebox says Willa M.
Well, I haven't been thinking about my smear joker. Fuck. Wait, I forgot.
Okay.
I was stressing for no reason.
Yes, my boy Arcana Pack. Decisions, chat.
Well, it's between the Star and the Wheel of Fortune. Oh well.
I think you should have done the full house.
You think so?
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, you're good. But it's like a little. It scores. It has a little more base chips.
Now flush?
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. I was assuming there was more.
And flush is more than straight. I'm pretty sure.
I knew flush was more than straight. I thought it went flush, royal flush, but is it flush, full house, royal straight?
Yeah.
Royal flush.
Or you can check on run info.
Oh, okay. Whoa. Okay. Straight flush. Wait, straight flush.
Yeah.
5 cards in a row, consecutive range. All with all cards. Okay.
You can see on the right how many of the cards you've played
Oh, flush
this
isn't
turn.
even that good.
Yeah, and it scales relatively slow. Yeah, I think that's a good idea with the barrow.
And yeah, I like this guy. He makes things. We'll take him for now. We can get rid of him anytime we want.
True.
But I think it's nice to... Yeah, I'll take that. Was that a wrong move?
I would have taken the purple seal, but it's good to have like lucky cards and stuff.
Okay.
So it wasn't like a bad choice or anything, because you already had a purple seal. take.
Just have to get bro up in here, you know.
Ooh, what's that? Yes, you can make copies of cards.
That's goated.
So if you get the purple seal.
Or the lucky card?
Yeah, the purple seal. But you can discard. So just, and I think you should be discarding 5 at a time. Pretty much every time until you get what you're looking for.
Okay, even like the kings and the queens?
Or like even like the 2 pairs.
Okay.
You should keep the kings and queens to look for that straight flush Betty.
I'll take some of this. I'll play it though.
Oh, well that, for the DNA.
What do you mean?
Because it wasn't the first hand.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, I guess I could have waited. I just didn't think I'd get anything good.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I could have gotten this, I guess.
Okay, but now you can discard that purple seal and get value. Oh! That's what you needed.
Oh, time to bring me my money.
Okay. You could save for interest. Every $5 you have gets you $1 at the end of the next round.
Will they stay?
Nah.
Oh, but... Poker hand?
How many times you've played that hand? Like if you played a flush 8 times, it'll give 8 more.
And I played a flush.
You played a straight flush last time.
And oh, so every time I get a straight flush, it'll be
just however many times you've played that hand, it'll add that to
the hand that I play that round.
Just whichever one you play. Because you could play 3 hands, 3 different hand types in a round.
Is that good?
It's good if you're really focused on one thing, but right now you're kind of shifting.
Oh, it's $6. Fuck. The water.
Splash in the water.
There was 0 discards.
Okay, so we gotta prioritize getting that straight flush.
Mm-hmm. And so it looks like it's these. So you can't discard.
You can use your hands like discards.
Yeah. 4 hands. Okay. So hypothetically speaking, what would okay? Copy any of these because it's only the first round.
Yeah, and you don't want to bloat your deck too much. And right now, it's because of it has a effect on it. It's got foil. That's like something you can get from Wheel of Fortune. Remember earlier?
Mm-hmm.
So you're getting chips from it either way.
Yeah. no, I don't want the. But I'm thinking like, if I keep the 6, I need to get okay. I need to get a 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I'd have 10 and then 10, which would be a straight
or just king ace.
Yeah.
And you have an extra ace because of the lucky card one. Okay, we're almost there. Now is risky business.
Ace. Ace.
Please, please, and a flush should win, regardless. Okay. We're chill. We're chill. We're chilling. Whew. Whew. No need to stress.
It's like 30 extra chips good. Because it seems kind of ass. Like,
it's not the best. It's not the best.
No, like,
I would pick the middle one probably.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah, the left one isn't that good.
They're worth more.
I think you should keep them around. And then just see how much a pair scores. Maybe you could try a crazy transition into pair.
Huh.
Anyway, sorry, that shouldn't be backseating. Do whatever you want, bro.
Yeah. Okay. It's looking out that shit.
Yeah. We're kind of chilling on the score.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I gave it the +20.
Yeah.
Lucky card. Fuck, I need lucky card to come out first. Bro, and then this thing is gonna be so good. I can already tell because when I get 1, okay, that's already is twice as likely to be in the deck. That is such, bro.
Yeah, that one's crazy.
Twice as likely is like the craziest shit.
Yeah,
Bro,
and then you get it again, and it's fucking 3 times as likely. And you can discard. You have so many chances to find the shit that you want to duplicate.
Ooh, this one seems fun, or seems good.
That's actually not bad with the DNA. Cause then you can
But it's the first hand of a round.
Yeah, but you can duplicate jacks.
But it's discarded. But wait, and it's just played.
But it draws it to your hand. I don't know, but that one's not bad, but it's hard to keep up because it's inconsistent.
You see that 6-7?
I did.
Because this was packed by $6, and then now we have 7 money.
Wow.
Fuck it, I'm fucking. I was gonna go for another 2 there, but I'm gonna see if I can get everything. Even. Or was that a bad play?
I don't know. I think you should discard Hella though and look for that purple seal.
And get his hero card?
And DNA it.
I can't.
After you discard, you can. You have 3 discards to find the card you want.
Oh, the first played. Oh my god, wait. Fuck, I've been playing this so wrong. Holy shit.
Yeah. Boom. And now
wait, I thought it was like even discarded. Bro.
Nah. Yeah, DNAs can be like used for some crazy shit. Late game also. Oh yeah, that is a little bit cooked. Let's go. Please give us $20. Please give us $20.
Oh, I can't duplicate it.
Let's go. But the full house was good for sport because we put it up.
$20? I will get you. Because, you know, $3, pretty cheap.
Sure.
That seems really good now.
It is pretty good. You should read them all. That one is like, I don't know. You need to have a very specific combo, like re-triggers on cards, for it to be really good. Left is also really good.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah, those good ones. Very good.
I have so much fun in class.
Let's see. Come on, bro. Damn it. Bro didn't hit.
Are these not good?
No, the hallucination in the top right didn't trigger.
But it's like, okay, well, since I'm here, I'll grab these two.
Okay.
But can you hear my phone?
Yeah. No. Catchers. A 5.7 out of 50 chance? For
No.
what? Oh. We need that $20.
Okay, so the math I just did is, I was like, okay, what if I have the DNA, right? I
Yeah.
can rig the deck however I want.
Yeah.
I can make it whatever I want. Royal Flush only deck. How? Okay. Since I have Joker, Smear Joker. Okay. Okay. Well, first Royal Flush. How many? 57 or I have 58. Okay. Wait, you get more. Fuck. Okay.
Yeah, you every time you use DNA, you add another, and every time you use a standard pack, you add another.
I can't like discard cards.
You need a tarot card.
Fuck. Okay. Well, that.
Or a Joker. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's not too terrible. Okay. My math will scale. I'll have to keep in mind. But at the time, 57 divided by 5, which is how many cards are in a Royal Flush, or any hand. Really, this is for any hand. A Royal Flush, there are 5, which is 57 divided by 5 is 11.4. Okay, so that means that if you wanted a deck where, say, like there was a card, there was like Smear Joker, but everything is the same.
Yeah.
Then you would need 11.4
DNAs.
No, you would need 11.4 of each card. So you would need basically 12 kings, 12 queens, 11.
Okay. Yeah.
And, for the deck to be full of where, you know, pretty much every time you're only getting what you need.
Yeah. So now you know how many to copy.
Yes. So I was like, am I copying too many? And I'm like, no, I know what I need. But it adds, which messes with my math up a little bit. But oh well.
Oh well. The pair overrided it.
Oh, it did?
Yeah. It only scores whatever the hand is.
Wrong queen, buddy.
You might as well discard the king also, because you either need the queen or the 7. And that'd be one more like thing. Alright, do you want to go again?
Yeah.
Okay. You should try one of the different decks.
Okay.
Like, try one of the... Or just whichever one piques your interest, now that you know what shit means. That one's like trash.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh.
That one's pretty cool. And then it makes you think about the interactions more, because each discard's worth $1. Oh.
And that's quick money.
Quick money maker.
12 bucks. Okay, this could ramp us really quick.
And there's no interest, so you might as well spend down.
That's good, right?
Yeah, that can be good for high card builds. The ace. Yeah.
If it stays in hand.
I think it's always best to put the enhancements on the cards, so then you can use them in a pinch.
What does this mean?
If you have a joker, like remember the photograph from earlier? It was times 2 molt for every face for the first face card.
Okay.
It would consider like a ace of face card. Yeah, good pick. Oh, bro! I just realized the Pareidolia and the Faceless Joker that were just in the shop would have been a crazy combo. Because Faceless Joker's $3 for every 3 face cards discarded, and Pareidolia would have made everything a face card. Yeah.
Wait, what was it per face card discarded?
$5. So you would have been earning
Infinite money.
Yeah.
It would have been infinite money. Oh well.
We got Golden Joker. He's chill too. No hate to him. You can right click to quick deselect stuff. Just a little thing.
Bruh. Hold on, I'm like having to adjust to not having my smear joker.
Yeah, yeah.
Go for a flush. Might as well.
Alright, steel card.
Nice. You're gonna... Once we have other jokers that give us molds, he's gonna do great.
Yeah. Steel cards are good for hands, like small hands. Like if you play a pair, because then or a high card. Because then you can have a bunch of them in your hand. But that's just like a strategy for this. So you know.
I was not listening. What did you say?
Steel cards are really good for either high card or pair, because you can have a bunch of them in your hand, and you play the little hand, and your hand does all the scoring.
Oh, I see.
Bring me my money. Bring me my Plutos.